Hello everyone, my name is Al, and welcome to a professional match of StarCraft 2. In the top left corner of Stargazers, we are looking at our blue Terran player from France. We have Clem. And in the opposite corner, our red Protoss player from Germany, we have ShoWTimE. So today I'm bringing you Clem versus ShoWTimE on the map Stargazers. Now, I quickly want to have a look at this map. If you're not familiar with this map, I think this is a very interesting map. So let's look at it from Clem's point of view. So this is the main base, and you'll go down the ramp there into your natural. Makes sense. But it's also got this very interesting little pocket base here. So you've got 10 minerals on each side. So that's 2 trips for an SCV on both sides. And that has a ramp that is blocked by 40 minerals. Okay, 2 40 mineral patches, which leads open into the rest of the map. And then you have this tower here. So if you've got the vision of the tower, you can actually see I believe it's the gas, and you'll probably see the probes mining there a little bit. As we can see, Clem already going for the command center there. Okay, oh, that's very clever. So he builds the command center so that he can ferry his minerals a little bit closer. So yeah, you go into the watchtower, and then you go across to the exact same thing for the opponent. So it's really interesting. So you've essentially got 3 relatively easy to take bases, but this one can, in the late game, be opened up either by you or by the opponent, because it's not very far. And then you've also got the 4th base, which is relatively easy to take. Yeah, and then you'll go down. Ooh. Okay, Reaper's gonna go throw in a grenade and be like, "Hi, how are you? Have this." So your 4th is nice and easy to take. And then you got a 5th base, which is, I think, relatively easy to take, considering, because you got this high ground which you can defend. And I mean, yeah, you do have run by opportunities down here, but it seems relatively easy to defend. Yeah, you know, if you're Terran, you've got a couple of siege tanks in good positions. You should be a-okay. So yeah. Oh, and then the last thing, obviously, I can't forget that, is this gold base at the bottom. And now this one gets important in late games because it's the only one here. So whoever takes this will get a lot more minerals than the opponent. So yeah, I think very interesting map, very different. Sometimes these types of maps where both players are in the top corners, or at least on the same side but in opposite corners, tend to be a little bit interesting. So we'll see what these 2 players make of it. Clem is a very good Terran player. He's good at a lot of aspects of the game. He plays a very dynamic, exciting style. Definitely it's good to say that he's up there as one of the best European Terrans in the world. European Terrans in the world, does that make sense? You know, he's really probably up there saying he's one of the best Terrans. You know, when you think about guys like Maru and Clem, they're very good. Now, the only thing that's stopping Clem is that he hasn't quite had that presence in offline tournaments. Online tournaments, he's done very well. Offline, not so much. Oh, this is a good catch. Good catch there by Clem. He picks it off with the Cyclone. Sorry, I had to scratch my nose there. I can't scratch my nose and talk at the same time. Alrighty, so we see Clem moving across the map a little bit with not too much. Don't anticipate too much to be gotten done here. Nice position at the top of the ramp. An interesting wall. Okay, there's shield batteries. That is a very interesting one. And kaboom, kaboom. I don't think too much is going to happen. The siege tank gets picked off. The Marines are getting aggressive. But with shield batteries, yeah, ShoWTimE's going to be nice and happy all defensively. In terms of the matchup, let's talk a little bit while we watch the dance going on here between Terran and Protoss. Ugh. Yeah. That was a very ambitious grenade, and it actually really worked well. I mean, good little piece of micro there. He even gets rid of or gives up the Reaper to protect the rest of those bio units. Yeah, some interesting interactions between these two players here in the early game. Oh, there was a bit of a pause there. I don't actually know what happened. So yeah, here we see nice blink into the into the third base here. Actually, I think this was the second base. Clem took this as the second, and he's just gonna pop out again. Ooh, he's actually trying to pick up a mine, and he walks away. So yeah, this is some of those interesting interactions you get with these minerals. The Stalkers can happily blink back and forth between the two. So yeah, very interesting. Now, in terms of this matchup, I really kind of enjoy watching Protoss versus Terran. I think I'm kind of special in that I don't think it's one of the most favored matchups at the moment. I don't think, but I quite enjoy it. So essentially, at least the way it looks to my eyes, is that you have Terran going for their bio army and their medevacs, and they are trying to mass up a nice big supply of these guys, and Protoss is just trying to hold out long enough for them to be able to get a good amount of splash damage, because as you can see, these guys, they like to travel in a big little clump, nice big group. Oh, would a mine drop? Did he get anything done there? I don't think so. No, I don't think he got anything done. So, ooh, well, you just get a bunch of zealots here. Yeah, he's fine. He's got a lot of zealots actually, and yeah, he's got 17 at this moment. Charge, Stimpack combat shields up for the Terran, and charge and blink up for the Protoss player for ShoWTimE. But yeah, Protoss is trying to get into their splash damage, so we can actually see it here. We see the Robo going up with the Robotics Bay. He's actually going for a second Robo, so he's going to be using that probably to get a couple of Colossus and then move into Disruptors. Now, Disruptors can be very explosive, a little bit harder to control than your Colossus, and not guaranteed damage, but they're a lot harder to counter. Colossus, I mean, they're countered by Vikings and even Liberators to an extent. Disruptors, not so much. That is a lot of little mines. Alright, the mines are leading the charge. So yeah, and then Terran will go into things like mines, which are great for getting rid of the zealots. So he's going to start putting them around his army, so that's to try to prevent a flank. Yeah, he's starting to burrow them. Sends in a couple of the units, and then he's going to retreat as soon as the zealots start coming in. Hope those widow mines can get some of the work done for him. At this stage he's fighting, a super battery is there. Yeah, ShoWTimE knows those widow mines are there, so he's being very careful with his army. He doesn't want to lose the zealots to a bunch of widow mine hits. Splitting them, trying, not doing too bad. Not too bad at all. Ambitious force field, the single force field. Okay, there is the Colossus. So that's going to help a lot for, you know, just getting rid of those Marines, which have a lot of DPS. Ooh. And now he's just going to fly around. Ooh, ShoWTimE knows where he's going. Okay, so ShoWTimE's making good movement. Extended Thermal Lance is on the way. But yeah, the Colossus is going to help a lot against these. Although, I mean, this is a very Marauder heavy army. I assume there's a bunch more on the way. Yeah, there's a bunch. We see the Ghosts coming up. Now, Ghosts are fantastic against Protoss because of EMP. Gets rid of those shields. Makes this beefy Protoss army, not so beefy. Coming in for a couple of side attack here. That is a lot of Widow Mines. Protoss army should be okay. Ideally, he probably wants to be on the high ground, defending against the Terran. He's just trying to clear those mines. That was a dangerous minefield. Does have an observer out. Enhanced shockwaves is on the way. We see another command center coming, but we see some disruptors. Now, disruptors can, you know, with luck, destroy this entire army in 1 or 2 shots. So, very deadly. The Dark Shrine is also coming up. Interesting. So we'll see what ShoWTimE wants to do with that. Maybe just use it for a couple of run-bys. I heard a mine there. Interesting. Spotter pylon. Okay. Clem is loaded up. He's moving around. He's going to try drop into this base. Have a look at what's going on. So this, at this point, Clem is the aggressor, and I mean, it's Clem, so we kind of expect that from him. He is very aggressive, always out on the map, and here he goes. He's gonna send this army in, but there should be enough to defend here. There is a shield battery. EMP goes down, but the shield battery doesn't care too much. It'll just regen them up. And was that an EMP? Yeah, that was. We should be okay. Here is a disrupted to help. You gotta be careful of that bad boy. Ooh. Look at those splits. I mean, still a decent hit, but that is some insane splitting. In the meantime, yeah, that was a huge EMP, taking out the shields of all those stalkers. Zealots also out of shields. Fight still going on here. Okay, he's picking off a little bit. Picks off one medivac. What was I saying? Very, very good. Yeah, Clem has some fantastic micro. I mean, those splits that he tried to do, that were not perfect. He did still get hit by the disruptor, but I mean, the reaction speeds, if you actually just watch it, it is pretty insane. At this point, we've got +2 ground weapons for the Protoss, +1 armor, and +2 for Terran, with +1 armor. Whoa, big disruptors. Clem's awake. You're not going to catch him that easily. Yeah, he's just moving around. So yeah, the disruptors, they use quite a lot for a zoning tool, just like that. You just zone the Terran into the areas you want them to. Colossus gets you a little bit more even DPS. Bunch of EMPs going down. These Protoss units have no shields. Okay, and he's up again. You see, Terran likes to now exploit this map. They have the mobility, so they really want to be moving in between bases. I mean, ShoWTimE knows what he's doing, so he's going to move his army back, but it's out of position. This Colossus is going to be picked off. That's a dangerous area. Yep, -1 Colossus. This one should be okay. It's a lot of stimming that he's been doing there. He doesn't even take his army away, just stands around there. Command center floating down, so that's going to be his 5th going up. At the same time, we have the 6th here for ShoWTimE. Look at these bad boys. The line of DTs having a walk across the map. Yeah, Shadow Stride is there. Ooh, that's a disruptor picked off. You don't want to lose that. Super battery gonna come up. That's gonna help with the defense. Yep. Dark Templar have insane DPS. Gonna turn those into Archons right there. Okay, he's gonna run away with those. The Archons do get picked off. So yeah, Protoss loves to do that. They love to get a little group of Dark Templar, and they just try to snipe some bases. I mean, I think there was some good reaction time there, but very quickly they got that base down to half health. Okay. Apparently these rocks have insulted ShoWTimE's honor, so he is removing them. Clem just scanning there. He sees it in the range of the center tower. Ooh, interesting. Good flank coming here from Clem. Ooh, that's a big hit. That was a big hit. Lost a couple of ghosts in that hit. Not ideally what you want. Okay, the Vikings are here. They're getting rid of the Colossus, but now they're going to be a little bit of dead weight. Still a lot of ghosts left. They're going to do some damage. DT's coming from the side, but he does notice them, Clem that is. And he gets rid of it, so he should be okay. A couple disruptors still there. Ooh, snipe going off. Nice and explosive engagement here. That was, I think, a very nice position that Clem tried to take there with the wraparound kind of flank. Interesting. ShoWTimE is going for the gold base, which will be seen almost, well, I mean, not instantly, but is it? Yeah, he does check it, and that's going to be a cancel. 1 DT getting rid of that turret, and nothing else. The gas. Ghost is going to get rid of him with the scan. Okay, so both of these players are pretty much maxed out. ShoWTimE a little bit of a work lead, but I mean it's not too relevant because obviously Terran has mules. Mules mine for a decent amount of minerals. We have the I can't remember the name of that. It's the extended range for the Liberators. Very good. Helps the Terran to zone away disruptors as much as disruptors, you know, zone away the Terran player. So it's very good. You need a couple of Liberators in the air. It's a good answer to those disruptors. And ShoWTimE going a little bit for carriers, getting that those air units out. Carriers very good. Nice little support for the army. He's already got 3 out. Ooh, not a bad hit. This is also very hard to control. If your zealots go running forward, you lose your own zealots to the disruptor balls. Okay. Nice anti-air to get rid of it. Hey, hero zealot. Does not like that command center and does get shot. Sorry. You tried. You gave your life for Aya and we appreciate you for it. Look at these Dark Templar just having a party in here. Stalkers get rid of the Liberator. Now the Dark Templar can go back in. The Ghost, I wonder if they thought... No, well, never mind. He's just trying to get rid of him. This is a decent amount of harassment coming out here. 4 Stalkers and a couple of Dark Templar. They will get sniped. And they used to be very valuable Dark Templar. Did he forget that or is he leaving that one? I wonder. Right, Dark Templar again. Does Clem not have a scan? Look at ShoWTimE. He splits them up. He leaves the one here. This makes you think that it's not important. This one's still getting a bunch of work done. Yeah, I don't think he has a scan. He's just running around trying to avoid this army. ShoWTimE recognizes this and still loses his Dark Templar. But, you know, that was very interesting. I've said interesting a lot. I think today is the day of interesting. So let's do that. Let's, every time I say interesting, you take a shot. And we'll make a game out of this. Probably last 5 minutes. Depending on how much you're able to drink. Not that I'm recommending drinking on during StarCraft, but it sounds interesting. Good hit there from the Disruptor. Vikings coming in. Recalling a part of that army. He's trying to get the expensive units back home. The Terran is on the move. He is chasing down this army. Disruptor going down. Ooh, those Stalkers are running for their lives. I think he got the carriers out and the Disruptors. He got 2 and 2, which is not too bad. Clem again is just going to go in. Avoid the static defense completely. Set up shop on this side and get rid of the gold base. At the same time, Protoss is just going to counter-attack. Move through the base here. Or move through the middle of the map, trying to get a base at the top here. This is a planetary, actually. Just pretend that I said that word properly. Okay, so he gets rid of another base. Terran's coming back to defend. Clem's angry. He's saying, get away from my bases. 9 workers falling versus the 4 probes. Disruptors. Ooh, disruptors always make me nervous. Okay, loses another disruptor. He's going to drop back to the defense of his base. Those Vikings are having a good time. The Stalker's trying to get rid of them. This is still two maxed out armies, but at this point, Clem has a lot more army because he has less workers. Bit less of a bank, so that's I don't know. Could that help him? Could that not? But this army is so low. He needs to really be careful. Ooh. Gets rid of the carriers. I think he doesn't have enough medevacs, or at least the medevac's energy seems to be pretty much gone. Huge Stalker warp in. My goodness, how many gateways does he have? Okay, I'm not going to do the counting of the gateways now. Let's have a look what goes on in this fight. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, Clem needs to be careful with this army. They're so low. The medevac's trying to heal. At the same time, a couple of... I wonder if he's going to put that, change that one into planetary. That'll be a nice little defensible position. Very back and forth game here. Why is there a pylon? Interesting pylon in the middle, probably just to use as vision. He was morphing it into something. Does lose it though. So we're going into Stalker Disruptor here for ShoWTimE. That's a lot of Liberators. They have such high DPS. Ooh, yeah, he gets rid of them. He's safe from those. Good micro here by Clem. Did he just... that was an ambitious toss there. Ooh, a little bit of a bad position and getting stuck here. These units on the high ground doing some nice damage. Clem's movement on this in this game has been really very interesting. Very good. Interesting. There again. Take a shot. Ooh. Couple of snipes going down. Zealots. ShoWTimE looking like he's in a little bit of trouble. He's got minerals. He's got gas. He's just waiting for some cooldowns, for some warp ins. He's going to lose the space. One marauder for your troubles there. Yeah, you got to be careful once those Liberators set up. Where are these Disruptors going? They're just going for a jolly stroll. So he's just going to try to counterattack. Get rid of this. Base racing a Terran? How do we feel about that? Yeah, he's just taking his army across the map. This is going to be a full-on base race. 3 Disruptors at a time. That's going to be 2 lost for nothing. Oh, where did that one come from? 13 SCVs falling. 14 and counting. So there used to be something here. The army is split up. Are we seeing a real base race? Doesn't this just... the Terran just enjoy this position a lot more? Ooh, big Disruptor hits there. 28. A lot of SCVs going down. I mean, Protoss has a couple of bases. This one's empty. That one's empty. But he's got the gold. Clem sees it there. He also has the mine, the base at the back. Clem's mined this one out. Clem's going to be in a bit of a bad position. 31 SCVs have been lost at versus the 15. I mean, ShoWTimE's still on 71. That is a huge economy that he's still got. Whereas Terran's going to start running dry. Yeah, look at that income. Plus 111. Plus 111 team. Excuse me for my impressive counting. I suddenly think that was actually a very good choice from ShoWTimE. And that is the reason why he is the pro player and not me. Because I'm thinking it's a bad decision. And I think it's actually been a very good decision. Because essentially, Clem's got some Liberators. He has a small bioforce on this side, but it takes 1 Disruptor hit and this army goes kaboom. Splat. ShoWTimE's actually got a supply lead. He doesn't want to fight in those liberation zones. And as far as I know, he hasn't lost much of his... Yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can't count that. That's a lot. Okay, big eco lead for ShoWTimE. Clem's been knocked back to the dark ages. He's flying over a base now, but he doesn't really have income. What's he done? He's got some long range mining here. He's got to go for a push. Ooh, decent hit there, getting rid of a couple of ghosts. Disruptors are so explosive. Ooh, that one misses. Good micro. Those Liberators are going to be key. And ShoWTimE just does it again. This is very aggressive from him. He just decides to take it across. This base has been evacuated because there is a nasty Liberator there that is taken out. Wonderful. This small army, it is very small, is... Ooh, look at the army supplies there. ShoWTimE may have a worker lead, but he doesn't have much of an army. DT and a couple of zealots having fun with these SCVs, some more falling. That has been a lot of workers falling. 83 SCVs and 43 probes. That is a lot of worker kills. Okay, so Clem still has no mining on this map. I mean, it's not to say that ShoWTimE is super wealthy, but he still has a little bit of a base here. Only 4 patches left to mine from. Still got gas. And yeah, they're running out of minerals. He wants to get a base there, but I mean, at least he's got something. The ghosts, there's a lot of ghosts and liberators. Those are scary units. They can do a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't think ShoWTimE's gonna cry too much about this base. Stalkers and a DT going for a walk again. Clem trying to get a base up. He's sending what workers he has left there. I can't tell who's gonna win this. I'm thinking ShoWTimE because he's got a little bit of mining, but I mean, as soon as Clem gets back to mining this base, he's in a good position. And as I say that, here comes the Stalkers to say, nope, you're not going to be mining from here. And the DT. Don't forget the DT. Okay, the DT is not doing much. He's not helping, but he is trying. Does he have any... He's got one base still down. DTs could be a big could make a big difference if those orbitals are in the air. Means Clem can't scan. Alright, my opinion of this match has shifted again. Clem's got a much better army. Yeah, ShoWTimE's a little bit... he doesn't have enough mineral income. So, you know, it's great that you've got the gas, but he doesn't have enough minerals to make an army that will be sufficient, at least. A couple of probes trying to do some long distance mining. He's got 2 disruptors and a bunch of stalkers against ghosts, liberators, yeah, and enough medevacs to each personally heal every one of those infantry units. This has been a very explosive game. I mean, these 2 players, their bases are in tatters. It's now just trying to maneuver to see who can get that final blow. Ooh, EMP goes down. Here's going to be a couple of worker kills. 10 so far. Yeah. Those disruptors are going to make it so hard. Ugh, not the disruptors, the liberators. Those things. ShoWTimE's just trying to do the runaround. He's just trying to keep Clem from running into his main. Trying to stop him. Ooh, 3 ghosts falling with 1 disruptor. Okay, so he's playing very clever. He's letting Clem chase him, and then he's using the disruptors when that army's chasing to pop them. But I think Clem's just gonna have a little bit too much. Those disruptors are gonna fall. I mean, I say he's got too much. He doesn't have much left anymore. Yeah, that is not a scary army. I mean, granted, neither is that. This is like your 3-minute, 4-minute army. Liberator coming up here, gonna be very annoying. That range makes it so hard to get. And he's stopping the last of the mining. Ooh, ShoWTimE, I wish, but I think, yeah, Clem's gonna try get that gold base. Which is great for him, because, you know, if a Terran can make Marines, I don't think they're ever gonna complain about that. I've never heard a Terran say, yes, all I could make was Marines. Because even when they have the option, they'll probably make Marines. Yeah, bunch of workers falling to this Liberator. DT's coming, and goes to snipe him down. I think this is a bit of a desperation move from ShoWTimE, but he's got to try to do something. Yeah, gets rid of the reactor. That is a game-changing reactor, but GG is called in an exciting and explosive game between these two. Unfortunately, Clem's army just overpowering ShoWTimE's in the end. So yeah, we saw semi-base trade. Very, very, very cool stuff in this game. Two very, very good European players. I hope you've enjoyed this game. It was very fun to cast, and once again I just want to say thank you so much for all the support on the videos, and if you like this one, then make sure to drop a like, please. And if you have if you want to see more StarCraft content, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. I appreciate every subscriber and every like, so thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.